Hey, 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 hey. Hi. Uh, I want to share some news with you regarding Red Fred Project. I appreciate you letting me do this. Sometimes I want to just share news via the video thing because it seems to transfer uh, more in less time. Plus, I get to pretend that I'm looking at your faces. Hi, my friends. Yeah, we've had some developments with the books that I really wanted to share because I think it's very noteworthy. So, as most of you have seen, if you've been following Red Fred Project, you know that we have kind of these two branches on our Red Fred tree. One is the 50 States collection, which has been going now for about 4 years, and we just love it. We're on to our 11th book signing in Pennsylvania coming up in June, which is terrific. And then I'm headed to Virginia in July to start working with our next creative. So just super, it's going. We continue to find awesome opportunities with each of these families and these communities. And you know all the magic that I feel it's bringing to this earth as we get to read these kids' stories. And then last fall and then this spring, we're developing this new branch called local collections, right? And now we're having the ability to work with local creative professionals to create books with kids. And so we're starting it here in Utah, and there's already 8 teams in the works, like already working with kids, meaning they're making books, and that's happening. So this will be another sort of model that we're going to find out and work on in Utah, and then we're going to take it to the other states that we've been to, which is super exciting, right? Mostly I just get excited because people get to have the experience that I've had and loved so much. And now, as was always been planned from the beginning, just other creative professionals get to get in on this and help out. So that's really great. In the process of us doing this and thinking about the books and the real estate in each surface and page and what's in it. You know, when I designed these books, I designed them to just be packed with meaning. And something that came up through our board and through discussions and improvement, and as we're creating the new model for the local collections books versus the 50 states, they differ just slightly. But one of the things that has come up that is going to be incorporated into both 50 states collection and the local collections is the new advocacy page. Now, books have page counts, right? They have these systems set up, and you can't really just add on a new page, or it messes up with how the machines put all the pages together. And so we found that there's this page at the back of a book. You know, I usually have the very last page of these patterns that we design with the kids' troopers, and on the back side is the acknowledgement to one, but then there's this other side that's just been blank that we get to see this pattern. Well, we've decided on the books, on the next printings of both our, again, 50 States collection and our local collections, the new ones coming out, we're going to have this page that's been in this, we've just had this this pattern page that we could fill with content. And we've decided to fill it with what we're calling the advocacy page. And the reason we've decided to do that is because we know that even though we're technically not in the river of advocacy for creating awareness for these children's circumstances, these rare diseases, these chronic illnesses that we're coming in touch with, that we're learning so much, and we're not necessarily in the camp of doing the research on these like so many great groups are doing, or finding cures, which we just love these people. We're creating books with these kids who understand, and or sometimes they don't understand that these illnesses. But there's a lot of great organizations out there who are supporting, the effort of learning more on these. Well, so that's how we feel that we can do something, right? And that is to create a page in each of these books called the advocacy page. And so the advocacy page is going to be about the extraordinary circumstance that each of our creatives live with. So for example, just let's take Nathan Glad, who's our first creative in the Red Fred Project. You know him if you've been in Salt Lake and you've been around me, you know Nathan. We love him so much. And the family. He has a condition called osteogenesis imperfecta. And some of you have come to know about it because of Nathan and because of his book. And it has a couple other names. They're called snowflake babies when they're born, people with this condition. Um, it's also called brittle bones. And the reason why is because their skeletal system breaks really easily. Well, beyond just so the advocacy page is more than just to just call it its name or learn how to spell osteogenesis imperfecta. Go ahead, try to do that. We want to teach people about what it is. And so when we were thinking, like, well, where do we go and who do we find? Like, what's the source? Who's the source on this? Well, the stars aligned a couple weeks ago, and through one of our board members, Joy Pagormi, Joy, she was back east and talking with some people, some friends, some new partners that are going to be helping the Red Fred Project as we expand out east. And one of these players at this table that she was talking with was someone from this tremendous organization called Patient Worthy. Patient Worthy does research into these rare diseases and chronic illnesses, and they create a beautiful website to educate the masses on what these things are, right? Now, because science is always changing and because research is always bringing new light, we understand, or at least even just talking with Patient Worthy, they helped remind me, they said, we're always getting new information. So they try to keep all of us abreast of like what's going on in medicine, what do we know about these things right now. So they sat at the table with Joy, my board member, and they want to help us out. And we said, well, if you could help us write our advocacy page for each of our kiddos, that would be amazing. Guess what? We high-fived via the internet and we said yes. They said yes. So this wonderful organization, who are now just like dear, dear friends to me, go to patientworthy.com and you can get an idea of what they're doing. So it's research, it's scientific, and yet very approachable way to look at all these extraordinary circumstances. And so they've already sent me 2 drafts of what we're going to be putting into, for example, Nathan, when we do another reprint of Climbing with Tigers, we're going to have the advocacy page in there now, so that after the book's done, and you're finished reading with whomever you're reading, you can take a few minutes and learn more about osteogenesis imperfecta in about 250 words. There'll also be listed a couple of great resources that our friends Patient Worthy thinks are great places to find out more about these conditions. And so we're hoping to arm our readers to open their eyes, to bring them a little closer to these people we love by understanding what they're dealing with as far as a medical situation. We've also had them, just another draft came back today for me for Delaney. You remember Delaney. She was our Colorado creative who passed away 3 years ago. We think about her all the time, and her book is up for reprint, and we've got that funded, and I'm so excited to put this piece in there, this piece about the thing that she really got to know very personally, and that was neuroblastoma. And so that was just sent to me today, and I'm really excited to again design the piece of where it goes in that page, so that on our next batch of running, anyone who buys Delaney's book has the opportunity to learn more about neuroblastoma. So this, to me, is a significant piece about our books. It's kind of amazing that there was this kind of one blank page, and now we have this space where we feel that we can help just a little more. I wish I could do all of it, heal their diseases, make sure they had no pain. But I do feel that if we can at least help broaden our readership and the people engaging with the Red Fred Project, we can help them understand these extraordinary circumstances these wonderful people we love and work with are in. The world gets to be a little better place, a little more compassionate, a little bit more understandable and curious. Who knows what will come of this? Who knows that by someone reading this, maybe it will help them understand it. Maybe their own family member may contract this, and maybe that's where they got to know, or maybe it tells symptoms that you know to look for, or just other great news pieces about it that could be very helpful. So I hope that as you buy the Red Fred Project books, especially as we get into this next batch of printing, that you'll really take a moment to read these really choice 250 words about this extraordinary circumstance. And then just a big shout out and love to my good friends at Patient Worthy. And I'm just so thrilled to be that they are like literally there typing the words and expressing what they do so that we can have a better understanding of these people that we love so much. Yeah, and if you have any questions about that or wanted to write to me or I don't know, ask anything, you know you can. As always, I thank you for your support. You know, these videos usually are long. I'm already seeing 11 minutes, so it's a if you're on this long, yeah, it means that you've just wanted to hear. Anyway, thanks for all your support. Love to each of you, and we'll keep you informed as new things keep coming. Thanks. Bye-bye.